Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Max and Lee. Today we are filming from Communa 13 in Medellin. But first, in last week's episode, we reached out to ask you what you were interested in seeing through our travel vlogs and videos, and a fair few people were interested in a bit more of normal day-to-day in between the travel vlogs. So first, we're going to take you back to earlier this week and show you what our week looked like. How's it going?
Up. It's going. It's taking a lot longer than I had planned, but as you can see, we have power at both things. I'm just hooking up the voltmeter, and fingers crossed, should be good as gold now.
Are you helping? Are you being a pivotal helper? How did you do this the other day? Come here, buddy. It's okay. I'm doing this for you. Alright, what's next on this week's list to do is some long overdue deep cleaning, the tubs and buckets. We've had balsamic spill, baking powder spill, and you know, things just get rusty and dirty and stuff spills. So I've been putting this off for a really long time, but today's the day. Smells good.
And what was it in, like the 40 or 50 degree?
This went through a shipping process and nobody can throw out Robert Mondavi Woodbridge, so I'll taste it first inside.
Oh yeah.
There's so much.
Should I just leave it there?
You can see the beautiful mask on my face. It's not warts that have grown overnight. I try to do this about once a week just to exfoliate my skin. It's a Lush mask that I got from home and I love it.
So a lot of people ask what we do for healthcare while we're on the road, and at the moment I'm actually at a dentist that is also on our favourite app by Overlander. We found it through that, but it's a dentist, speaks good English, and I'm here for a clean. The other nice thing about Colombia is they're so welcoming of having dogs everywhere. Oki came with me to the dentist. This is Lena, she's going to be my dentist today.
Hey there!
Hasta luego, que esté muy bien.
So that was unreal. I don't know if you guys could see all that, but that's the first time I've ever had a head massage at the dentist. And that was honestly the best clean I've ever had. It cost 120,000 in the end. So it's about 50 Australian dollars, which is a lot cheaper than I'd get it at home. So as I mentioned the other day, I changed the oil and the oil filter as part of getting the engine fixed, also cleaned all the connections. Today I'm going to clean the EGR valve, change the fuel filter and change the air filter as well. The EGR valve, I'll just show you quickly, is just here, and you just take out these 3 torque bits. You disconnect the electrical too, and this whole pipe comes out, and often that gets clogged up and it causes a lot of issues with the sprinters, especially the old and the new, and it just takes it clean and normally they're all good. Depending on how many times you've done it, this wriggles out and the whole piece comes out. So yeah, this fan can get clogged, so it doesn't actually look too bad. It's pretty black, but just needs a good clean. So that's a bit more what it should look like in the end. Moved on to the fuel filter. I wouldn't say removing the fuel filter or changing it's a difficult job. It's just more fiddly. It's kind of right down the back there, and there's a lot of things around it. But essentially all you have to do is unclip the hoses, unclip the electrical connector. These 2 unscrew and it pulls out, and you replace a couple of O-rings, and then you've got your new filter. I've got mine over there. Slot it back in, do everything in reverse and put it back. It's probably about a 25 to 30 minute job just because it is fiddly with all the connections.
So that's the new one, that was the old one.
They say down here, because the diesel's not necessarily the best, you change your fuel filter a little bit more often. So finally, last but not least, this is definitely the easiest one of the 3. This is just taking out and changing the air filter. This is the old one. It actually is not too bad, but it did go all the way through Mexico on the dirt roads and everything, a lot of sand with the desert there. So I'm gonna change that one. Here's the new one, I've already put it in place. And so it's really straightforward. You can't really mess this up. There's normally a bit of dust at the bottom. You just clean all that out. Probably the trickiest thing, and I've seen some people take apart everything to get this in and out. You don't need to, it's just a bit like Tetris. It takes a bit of manipulating to get it in right.
Okay, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah, so there it goes. In. And there's just 3 latches down the bottom that it slides into, and then you just clip these shut. And then it's just a matter of reattaching the connectors. One up top, one down the bottom. And then this hose, which I took off beforehand, slots just back over this. Just tighten and clamp, and that's done.
Hello, good morning. If you follow along our channel, you'll know that it's very rare that I'm the first one awake, but today we're getting up nice and early to go beat the crowds. We're in Medellin and we're gonna be heading to a neighborhood called Comuna 13. So we wanna bring you with us. Let's get going.
I definitely needed that coffee and shower to wake me up this morning. That is a first for sure for Lee being up first. That's better, isn't it, buddy? The roads are a little tight here. I think we've set our Uber driver a bit of a task of getting out of here, but we have made it. So the barrio of Comuna 13 used to be completely isolated from the city of Medellin, and it was known for having a lot of crime. And what the city ended up doing was they built those escalators that you saw us on and connected the barrios to Medellin essentially, and allowed the barrio to become part of the city and to start to prosper a bit more. And the graffiti that's famous here is famous because it shows the transformation of this area from an area that was considered one of the most dangerous places in the world to now an up and coming. It's still a lot of poverty, but they're making their way out of that now. So forget the escalators. Lee and Oki have found an even faster way to get down the hills at Barrio 13.
Good boy, buddy. You want to do it again? Ready, set, go.
Oh, you cheated!
Oh, you cheat. And he still beat you.
What do you got there?
We're having spinach soup and plantain soup. Con hot sauce.
Con hot sauce. And as you guys saw from the sign, this is part of the menu del dia, and it is 8,000 Colombian, which is under $3.50 for lunch, with a drink, soup, and we've got a main to come. And now for the main, they've found a way to put plantain in it again.
So good.
And what else is in there?
We have rice, arrows, beans, frijoles, soya, avocado. It's perfect.
The ice cream shop.
I was about to start talking, but Lee...
I spotted ice cream.
Woo! Where is it? So, Colombia has definitely given me a serious coffee addiction issue.
Oh, he's already been addicted before he got here.
Yeah, but
This has just exasperated his...
I was addicted, but I was having 1 or 2 coffees a day. At the moment, I'm up to 4 tintos per dia. They're so cheap and it's so good. And I'm not even sorry, but it's really gonna hurt once we go back to where coffees are not so cheap and not so good. Ocky's on his first bus experience.
Is this his first bus?
I can't think of it.
No, it rides private in taxis. Ositos, taxi, numero, Patron, más o menos.